Hi, welcome to U6 Photography. My name's Anthony, and today I want to talk to you about what you can do when you don't necessarily have the funds to go out and buy the equipment that you want to buy. I was going through some old magazines that I had floating around. I've had them since probably the early 2000s, late 2000 to mid 2000s. Haven't really read them very much, so I figured I'd have a read through them and see if there was anything I could pull out that I might be able to use current day. And I found an article about how to make a homemade ring light, so I figured I'd give it a go, see how it worked, and show you guys how I did it. So this is the end result of one that I've done. I'll go through and show you exactly how to make them once I've finished this bit here. So this is a ring light. There you go. It's pretty cheap, pretty simple. Only really requires two things: some LED lights and a bit of cardboard and some time and effort, and that's about it. Works okay. It's not too bad. I've got a picture to show you with the end result in terms of how I've done it. Now, I only used what I had floating around the house, so I actually haven't bought anything. It cost me $0 to make this today. If you wanted to make one at home, it would cost probably not much, anywhere between maybe 10 to 15, maybe 20 Australian dollars. You know, depends how much you want to spend. You can spend a lot to make it really, really good, or you can spend whatever you want just to get by. Anyway, I'll cut it here and I'll show you how I made one of these. Okay, so first off, there's probably two things that you really need to begin with, other than the lights, which you can pick up especially Christmas time at any sort of place. In Australia, Kmart, Target, Big W, all those sort of places that sell anything even Christmas related this time of the year, you can pick them up. Otherwise, you'd be looking at eBay, which is a good resource for all that sort of cheap junk stuff that you may not use. A bit of cardboard. I've recently moved, so I've got an old packing box here that I've cut up. Anything decent size, you'll want two things of circular sort of shape. I use a pizza tin, just a large one, something that'll fit over your cardboard nice and easy, and just another inner sort of circle stuff that you can trace out in either pencil or pen, either or, whichever works. Okay. First thing you want to do is just trace let's pull back a little bit, get this in there. Trace out your circle. What I may do in post is I may speed this all up for you, just so it takes less time, because overall I think in terms of time frames it'll take maybe 15-20 minutes total. Once you've got the outside cut out, you're just left with the inside markings. As you can see there, just the inner circle is left that cut out. What I tend to do is just probably poke a hole straight through the middle. That way you can put the scissors in, gives you a bit more of a cutting ability. So that'll leave you with a donut, essentially, which is what you want. Now, also what you want is something, I'm just going to use a pretty much like a little needle pointy bit. You can use pen, pencil, whatever's going to match sort of the diameter of the lights that you're going to be using. Dependent how well this will work is dependent on how many lights you really get. The one that I'm using today, or that I created this morning, has 40 LED lights on it. That seemed to work okay. I'd probably go a little higher. Anywhere, I'd probably use 40 as a minimum. Anything higher than that would be better. If you're going to use 40, it's 10 per quarter. So you just divide it in half and then half again. Punch these in to say 1, 2, tend to wiggle it around a bit just to give it a bit more room. 3, 4, 5. So something a bit like that. Just so they're spaced out, you got a bit of room. And then what we'll do is just feed the LED lights through. So this is how they look, or how they come. So essentially there'll be little sticks. You can get them shaped if they're Christmas. If not, you can pull them out, clean them out, anything like that. Use that, feed it through the hole. I tend to push them all the way through so that way they don't fall out easier. I used this one I got from eBay, so it's got a little battery pack. Unfortunately, the one I'm using today is multicolored. I'd prefer if it was just clear LED lights, or even like a yellow. That way, you can color temp it a bit easier. But other than that, that's the end product. So you end up with something like that you can shoot through. You get the nice circular catch lights in your eyes. So yeah, that's how you make a nice, simple ring light. Nice to use in a pinch if you need, if the lights you're using aren't really giving you any good catch lights in your eyes and you just want something quick that you can pop up that doesn't necessarily provide a ton of light, but will give you at least a nice catch light in the eyes. You can use that. Otherwise, obviously the more LED lights you put on, the better it's going to be in terms of producing a decent quality of light. Yeah, nice and simple. I found it worked pretty well, despite the fact that mine are actually, like I pointed out earlier, multicolored Christmas lights, so they don't exactly provide the best of the light that I'd like. But it worked okay, especially if I was shooting black and white. It gave me enough light to work, and gave me some interesting catch lights. If you do choose to have a play around with that sort of setup, please let me know. We'll be going through a whole bunch of other stuff that I made up that I used throughout my first year just to mess around. I'll probably make something similar to that again, do it a little bit better this time around. But yeah, if you found this enjoyable or interesting, please like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff if you want to see more. Thank you.